Hello, it's Rashida, and today I have a Project Life process video. This is a page in my April 2016 Project Life. And not that I have done January through March, but this is April that I'm jumping into, and I'm jumping right in. And I have no problems with that. I can always go and backfill later if I want to, or I can just choose to move it forward from here on out. So I am using Studio Calico cards, and I'm using a page protector that I purchased from Tuesday Morning. Now this particular one came from me and my big ideas. So Tuesday Morning had a pack of 12 for like $2.99, so I thought that was a great deal. So the photos that I'm using I printed from my Epson PM 400 wireless, and the previous video on my channel I did like a setup slash type of mini review of that printer, and so I wanted to just try it out and see how the photos would print if I printed more than one photo. So the photos that I printed they don't have filters on them, they're just straight from my iPhone. And so there are a couple of pictures that are a little bit darker, like the one at the top here is a picture of me, and it's slightly dark, but it's because the initial shadow of when the picture was taken was dark, so it has nothing to do with the quality of the photo printer itself. So I'm just going to be doing some stamping like I normally do. I'm using some stamps by Carrie Bradford shown here, and I'll be using some Kelly Purkey stamps as well. And I'm trying this ink by The Ton. Now The Ton is a company, they sell stamps as well as inks, and when I find a company that sells stamps and inks, I usually like to try out their ink, and I give their black ink just as a tester for myself, and that will give me an indication of how I like their inks, because I think of black as being like a basic color that I predominantly use on my layouts. And so this ink I think is a archival ink, if I'm not mistaken. It's either archival or it's a basic dye ink, but I really like it, and it stamps very well. So I'm using a Close to My Heart roller stamp, and I'm going to do some third generation stamping. I'm going to stamp out real life, as you see there. So yeah, just pick that up from Close to My Heart. And so now I'm just going to move on. I'm using some Flair by Feed Your Craft. Now the smaller Flair that you see there at the top, I think it says Remember Today. Feed Your Craft, she makes excellent Flair, and her name is Elise, and her Flair are small enough to fit inside the pocket of the page protector for your Project Life. And there are some Flair that are large and kind of bulky, which there's nothing wrong with that because I use those too, but hers are like the perfect size. So this is a Kelly Purkey stamp, and I'm going to stamp out Party of Two because this represents a day. Whoa, sorry about my head there. This represents a day out with my mom. It was me and her, and so Party of Two, that kind of represents the front part of this layout. So getting that down, and the container that I'm using here on the left that you see with my Studio Calico Project Life cards, I picked that up from my local Dollar Tree. So you may want to check out your Dollar Tree if you haven't already, if you're looking for small containers that can easily fit on your desktop while you're working on your layouts. So I'm using this frame by Crate Paper. I have several of these, and I think I went through a phase where I just had to have every Polaroid frame out there that American Crafts made, and so I have several, so I'm trying to use these up. And I'm kind of indecisive here because I want to add a title to this photo, and I'm trying to decide where can I put this frame so it doesn't compete with the title. So I thought about in the middle, I thought about over to the right, and I'm going to end up placing it over to the left right here. So I'm using some Studio Calico letter stickers, and these came in a kit. They're a documentary kit. And so yeah, my letter stickers I keep in this shower caddy, and so it's great to hold like the small letter stickers. And obviously, it's meant to put like your shower items in it, but totally using it for my letter stickers. That's how versatile some items can be. And I'm adding a wood veneer to this card. It says "We Were Here," and I'm not exactly sure where that was from. I want to say maybe it was Color Cast Designs. I'm not sure, but I'm using some matte medium to adhere that down. And moving forward with some stamping. And on this card that says "Today and Tomorrow," if you notice, there's like white spaces at the top. So I'm just going to fill in the white space at the top and the white space at the bottom with some stamping. And I think one says #Life Happens, and the other one, I can't tell what that says, but anyway, I'm just basically filling in the space of the journaling card. Like I said, I'm just jumping right into April 2016, and that's a tip for anyone who may think it's too late for them to start. My philosophy is it's never too late, it's never too early. My first album for Project Life I started in November 2012. So yeah, it's just jump right in if it's something that you really want to do. Okay, and those silver triangles or arrows, however you want to see them, they're from Tuesday Morning, and they're by Studio Calico. These little snapshots embellishments are also from Tuesday Morning. I love these, they're so cute. And I went looking for those because I saw everyone, on their hauls, their Tuesday Morning hauls, that they had them, and I was surprised that my store actually had them. So I decided to cut down the photos here, the photo of me and my mom, to 4x4. And since I had the 4x6 of the Parmesan shrimp, I thought maybe cutting down these two photos would make the layout less overwhelming. And so I just pulled out some brads and some buttons, and I'm adhering a button to the center of that flower. I like how that turned out. And I just used some glue dots to adhere that on the outside of the page protector. And just doing more stamping, and from this Kelly Purkey stamp. Now this one says "Oh Girl," and I thought this was appropriate because my mom, she knows that I take a lot of pictures for Project Life and for scrapbooking in general. And so when she poses, to me, she's looking like, "Oh girl." So using the Close to My Heart roller stamp again and stamping some hearts there. So this is pretty much how this layout is shaping up. I did do some journaling using my typewriter off camera, and I'm just going to add a stamp that says "Weekend Wondering" because that's pretty much what we were doing, just kind of hanging out. And that one's going to go, oh, whoa, sorry about my head again. That one's going to go in the pocket. And so that's pretty much it for the front side of this layout. And now I'm working on the back side, and what I'm doing is trying out different pens to see how they write on this photo paper that I use for the Epson Picturemate PM400. Yes, Epson PM400 wireless, sorry. So I use the Smash pen, the Stampin' Up marker, and the Sharpie Ultra Fine, and all three worked. So I'm choosing to use the Sharpie Ultra Fine. I really like the Sharpie Ultra Fine. It feels great in my hand. as most Sharpies do for me anyway. And so yeah, I think it's the tip, the ultra fine point tip, that I really like. And I love the Smash Pen, don't get me wrong, but for writing on photos, I think I prefer the ultra fine Sharpie, even though all three of these did not smear. So the ultrafine Sharpie pen did not smear, the Smash Pen did not smear, and the Stampin' Up! Marker did not smear on this particular photo paper. And just doing some stamping, and this stamp was designed by Christine Heron. Oh, sorry again about my head there. And it says, "My favorite escape," and that's just a photo of the hotel room that my mom and I stayed at when we had like a little mini staycation. And I love these vellum leaves from Studio Calico. Every time they have a sale, and if they have these vellum leaves, I pick them up because I love them so much. And I'm just gathering 3 of them together and using my tiny attacher to adhere them straight to the photo of the restaurant. And now I am using some wood veneers to outline our room number on this particular card, because it does have numbers, as you can see. So I'm putting @ symbols to correspond with the room numbers of our hotel. So everything that I've pulled out here is from Studio Calico, from various kits, except for this washi tape. This is from the Hall Pass collection that recently came out. And so I'm just adhering some A Beautiful Mess banners. And this chipboard sticker is also from Studio Calico. And it's in reference to leaves by, like a quote by Emily Bronte. It says something about leaves and flowers or something. And this is just a photo of my azaleas in the front yard. And they were very pretty at the beginning of spring. So I just wanted to document that. Just adding a gold puffy word sticker. And I think now I'm going to work on this journaling card. Yes, this itinerary journaling card. That's one thing I like about Studio Calico cards, their journaling cards, is that they're versatile. So on this particular card, I could either list like the actual itinerary of things that we did or plan to do, or I can use a stamp to stamp out those items, things that I hope to do. Like this stamp says, "Let yourself rest," and the other one says, "Up all night, sleep all day." So those are things that, you know, I really would want to do. And on the other side, I could actually journal about the things that I actually did do, like during this vacation. So I really love the versatility of Studio Calico cards. And there are other journaling cards out there as well that are quite versatile too. So, and just going through my stamps, and I'm looking for a stamp to fill in that middle area. So I ended up using this Kelly Purkey stamp. This is one of the first stamps that she created when she started making stamps for her own brand. And just using that heart from that stamp set, and I liked how that turned out. These are basic gray washi tape stickers, so I'm just going to add one at the bottom just to add a little bit more texture to the card. And I'm going to use my tiny attacher just to not adhere it, because it's already adhered because it is washi tape, but I'm using my tiny attacher as an embellishment. And this card is a Kelly Purkey card, so I'm just using my corner rounder to round the corners to match up with the other card on the front side. And I'm using the Currently Project Life roller stamp, and I'm going to use a gold Sharpie marker to fill in the stars to rate the meal at the restaurant. And I'll hold that up for you so you can see how it turned out in a second. And I'm also using my Allie Edwards stamp, roller stamp with the time. And this is a great stamp, and it basically fit perfectly in that area, as you can see. So I like how that turned out. And so I wanted to add a paper clip to this card, just in case if anyone was flipping through my album and if they wanted to pull that card out. And so I liked this paper clip that says "Love This," and these are from the Explore edition by Project Life. And so what I'm going to notice is that the top portion of the paper clip is not going to show. Like I would want it to show on this side of the layout, but because this is on the back side, it's not going to show, if that makes sense. And I'm going to realize that. So now I'm like, oh gosh, what do I do now? And I probably could maybe use the fuse tool and open up the pocket so that it could, be visible on the back side. But I'm just going to leave it like that for now. So as you can see, I'm like, what can I do? So, yep. So I decided to move on to this journaling card, and I'm using another frame, and I'm going to do my journaling on the inside of the frame. So I'm using my pencil to outline the inside so that I capture the journaling through the frame. And I do that off camera. And on this last card, I'm just adding a few more banners from the A Beautiful Mess sticker sheet. They're not stickers, they're like die cuts, yeah. So adding those die cuts, and I'm going to do some more stamping. Yeah, so this stamp is from the April Kelly Purkey kit, I think. Oh, my head again. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. Oh my. Okay. So yeah, got that card done, and that's pretty much it for the back side. And then because I did not want the white portion of this paper clip to show on the front side, I'm just going to use a small die cut piece and adhere it to that white square at the top. So because I wasn't happy with it just being white on that side, so I'm just going to cut a little piece of the Studio Calico die cut and add it to that. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.